Well, I guess you can tell it's another dreary day outside. Typical winter. You can see the fog blowing in. It's not as bad as it used to be before we put all the billboard tarps up, but still gets kind of breezy in here. So what I'm working on is I'm getting the electrical started. I'm just going to go room by room. I've put up most of my boxes, but I still have a few to go. I started pulling some of the wire here in the kitchen, and I guess you can see it. It's just pulling wire like everything else. One thing that I did have to do is I have to space my receptacle boxes out a little further. There's marks on, or little tabs on the box, I should say, that if you were doing conventional drywall, you just slide it right up to those little tabs, nail it in place, and you're done. My walls are 3/4 of an inch thick, so I had to make a spacer. So while I was doing it, here's my little spacer. I went ahead and made it 16 inches tall. That way, all my plugs around the bottom, I just set it right on top of this, nail it and go. It gives me my proper space out away from the wall, and it gives me the correct height. So I've got most of the receptacles in here in the kitchen. I still have to, I gotta run the wire for the lights. Lights will be here tomorrow, but I can go ahead and pull the wire from the plug to the first one. And then I'm gonna have to go under the house to come up through the floor for the island, because we're gonna have to have the dishwasher and a couple receptacles in the island. And then vent hood and the stove. I already have the refrigerator done. Most of the above the counter receptacles are in. I still have to do under counter lighting, which I'll put up high, and that'll just come on with the kitchen lights. All right, that's out of the way.
if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. Hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. And I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say, you're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say, you're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that
All right, guys, that's just about got all the electrical wrapped up. I still have to install the receptacles, but all the wires pulled, boxes are in, all the circuits have been tested. We do have the stairs finished. These are installed. I have to do a little bit of work up here for to close that room off. Have the gap up here, need to finish, and a little bit in the back. And then we will have our storage room / mechanical room. We're going to put the hot water heater up here. We're going to box in around this ridge pole support log, and we can run all of our plumbing through here, so it makes a nice convenient spot. But this has the upstairs bathroom finished. We will hide this ladder a little bit with what we cover the ceiling with. So yeah, that's done. I am going to show right quick the lights that we used in here. I've been getting a lot of questions and emails and stuff wanting to know what lights we're using for all this. So I will go downstairs and show you what I've been using, and we'll put a link in the description below. So if you want some, you can click on it and see what they are. All right, guys, the first lights I'm going to go over are the ones that we use for the accent lights up in the bird block shining up towards the ceiling. That's actually what's lighting up this room right now, what little bit of light there is in here. These are made by Torch Star. They are a gimbaled light, so you can turn them whichever direction you want to. It turns pretty good ways. You can get these in different colors. We got 3000 Kelvin because it's a really cool white, and it looks good with the wood and the color of wood and stuff we have. It comes with its own little box. your driver and everything's all built in. They just plug together. These are rated to be against insulation and flammable materials, so you can put them somewhere. I've seen people that just cut a hole in their ceiling and just lay this up in there. It's not attached to anything. Just run their wires in it and you're good to go. These are $84 for 6 of them, so about 12 bucks a piece, $13 a piece, which really isn't bad. You can use these with LED dimmers, so they're super simple to use. They're not extremely bright, but you don't want to stare into it. I mean, it's just got a glare to it. I think they got them all the way up to 5,000 Kelvin, I believe. You get them in brushed nickel, black, and white, I think. We got the nickel because I didn't know how it was going to look, so I thought, well, we'll get that. If it doesn't look right, we'll paint them. But it looks okay. You're not going to see them that much anyway. So that covers the lights for the bird blocks. All right, next we've got the lights that we use throughout the main parts of the house. These are 6-inch. They're really slim. You can see how thin they are. 6-inch LEDs. Again, they come with a box, the little J box and the driver. You do need to use, on all these little boxes, you do need to use a little metal strain relief on them, just to keep it from being against rough edges, but you know, that's cheap enough. 12 of these is just a little over $100, I think about 110. So I got those in a 5,000 Kelvin, so it's a brighter light. Going down the hallway, going, you know, in the closets and bedrooms and kitchen, all that sort of thing, you just want it brighter. So most of the house is done in the 5,000 Kelvin lights. All the open areas, the big wide open areas, will be a 3,000 Kelvin. Still have plenty of light, it's just a kind of a different color. They're easy to use. It takes a 155 millimeter hole saw for these lights. And you know, you can buy it right there on Amazon the same time you buy these lights. And the way these work, there's a little rubber gasket on the back so you don't lose that. You can use these in wet locations like above your shower or in the shower stall, in bathrooms, that sort of thing. I mean, I wouldn't spray water directly on it, but it is approved for wet locations. But all you do is where you want to mount these, you take that 155 millimeter hole saw, you just put a hole in there, just like the little 3-inch gimbal lights. You just push these springs together, put it through the hole, and it sucks it against the ceiling, and it's really pretty tight. These aren't quite as tight as the gimbal lights, but it's more than enough to keep these pulled up tight against the ceiling. And they couldn't be any easier to install. They both have these little terminals inside of them, and you just strip your wire off about 7/16 of an inch or so and shove it in there and you're done. There's not that much to it. So if you can wire up any other kind of light, this is a no-brainer. And you get 12 of these for a little over $100, so it's really pretty cheap. We started off, I ordered regular can lights that are for the LED retrofits. I bought those, started putting them in the small bathroom and in the pantry, and that's great. We had a different type of LED that has the springs on the side for retrofits, and they just have a little plug that plugs in there. The only problem is you have to hit that can perfect when you're cutting the hole out. If you don't, then it's just not going to stay up in there. So we put up 4 of them. I just decided not to put any more. I've still got a whole box of them left. I think I bought, I don't remember, 12 or 16 of them came, all together. But they were cheap, but I just don't want to mess with trying to hit the can perfect for these things to work. This is a lot easier. You pick your spot, run it through there with a hole saw, snap this in place, and you're done. So we've got those left over. I can put them in the barn or whatever where you don't have to, they won't be covered up. I can do something with them later on. We're going to build another barn out here probably next year. When we get this house finished, that's our next big project. We've got to build a big barn. So we'll just keep those back and put those in the barn. But that's it. I'll put a link to all these lights, the hole saws, and everything else that we use. It's an affiliate link for Amazon down in the description below, and you guys can check them out if you need them. And it it's the easiest way to retrofit lights or just put lights somewhere where you need them. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap this one up right here. We've got snow again today, so everything is messy and I've got some chores I need to take care of. So that's it. I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for watching.